Okay, I'm going to try to keep the conversation down here and just kind of go through the stuff I need to. Alright, I'm playing through a 99 Fender Telecaster stock pickups. Nothing been done to it, so it's our clean bridge sound. I'm running through the AC15, does not have an effects loop, so I'm going straight from the pedal board as is, one in, one out. So there's no things, you know, any wizardry going on or anything like that. So what it is, I want to kind of do a quick run through of this pedal board, and if you have any detailed questions you have on certain pedals, let me know. Let's get started. Alright, the Fulldrive3. A lot of people say that it's not as good as the Fulldrive2 or Fulldrive1 or the MOSFET or anything like that. I don't know, I like it. I've had a MOSFET too. I like this one better. The boost on it is separated, so I can engage it anytime I want. And right now, how I've got it lined up right here is it's the last thing in the circuit, because I've got, even though it's here in the way that it's wired up in here, it's actually on the end. It's right before the volume pedal, so it'll boost any of these drives. The first, you know, the one on there, the one on here, it'll, you know, if I'm playing and I hit that, it boosts everything. So that's good. It's the way I liked it. It's the way I wanted it right now. I would like to have a clean boost in front, or a different drive in front of this one. I'm going to get a clip-on tuner for the headstock. This is going bye-bye, which is a cheap tuner pedal. But I'm going to get rid of it and put a different drive there, and I may switch all this up too. I'm just not sure. But it'll happen when it happens. Alright, let's go through the full drive. It's responsive. It's responsive to your touch. It's also responsive to your volume pot on your guitar. I keep it on the bottom on the middle toggle because I like that drive a little better than the middle and the top. The middle one, I like to use it because it boosts everything, but it's cleaner. So if I've got an overdriven amp already, and I'm putting this in front, and I'm using an effects loop for the other, you know, the delay and reverb and whatnot, then I'll switch that over to the middle and adjust it accordingly. It provides a better front end boost for tubes, in my opinion. It's cleaner. It just does a better job. But I typically keep it on the bottom switch. Here's the top. So I tend to keep it right here. Okay, with this, like I said, it's independent. I've got the dynamic, which it does make a difference, but I got the dynamic set at about 2.5, also with the boost set at 2.5. That's a pretty good shot when you hit it. So if you're going into a lead section, you're having to get over drummers and, you know, a lot of other loud instruments, it relatively low setting on that boost, it jumps your decimals up there pretty good. So I really like that. Has a lot of headroom, and this is just run 9 volt. I'm hearing a lot of people run that thing at 18 and getting a massive more amount of headroom out of it, which I wouldn't know why you would need it, but anyway, it's there. Alright, moving on to the Jekull&Hyde, and this is the V2 version. The unique thing about the overdrive side is it's got a bass boost off and on. By that, it does make a pretty good difference. So that's a pretty cool added feature. Neither of these play very well with humbuckers. You get a lot of it that the Sparkle Drive has a knob on it to where you can add in the clean sound. That's the reason a lot of bass players like those pedals, the JCS versions, especially for bass players, because you can blend your clean tone in. Well, when you start playing either one of these pedals with humbuckers or really high output pickups, you get that clean bleed. That's what I call it. It's probably not the term, but you get a lot of that clean bleed with both these pedals on the overdrive sides. I don't like it because you can control it. You can control it a little bit with your volume pot on your guitar, but to me that's just kind of distracting. So keep that in mind if you're... I have lowered the pickups on a couple of my guitars to try to keep that clean bleed from happening. I know the TS9, the 808s, the Maxons, and all them. I think that's the reason why a lot of people like them, because they're using them as boost for already gained amps. So that clean bleed on there would be helpful. But when you're trying to use it as an overdrive pedal, as standalone, for me the clean bleed just doesn't work. It keeps it just not pleasing to me. So I've lowered pickups and stuff like that to try to keep that from happening. Just an extra little bit of information on how these pedals interact with different pickups that are hotter, more output, less output. So, but the overdrives, they sound really good. I like them. Move on to the distortion. This is that next step. Got a really good sound. I like it as a distortion when you want to. When you need a distortion sound, that's pretty good. It's not as good as a tube amp, but channel on a tube amp. But it's really good. Now this has a blunt and sharp. I keep it on the blunt because it has plenty of treble there. You put it on the sharp and it adds a lot of time. I don't particularly care for that myself, but there may be applications where you need that little extra high end to maybe break through the band or whatever, so it's there if you need it. So it's a nice little add-on. So that's kind of where we're at with the drive pedals. The Line 6, the DL4, I like it. It's cool. It would take a long time just to go through half the features it's got. The reverb pedal here that I'm using it's just cheap. It's the Behringer delay reverb, digital reverb delay. It's the DR400. I gave like $15 for it because I needed a reverb pedal. So I don't use the delays on it, and I use it more as a saturation. So it's got a long trail. But for $15, really, It's good. But that's kind of where I'm at. If you see anything there that you like, that you want me to go over in more detail, I don't mind one bit. Just give me a comment. I don't mind going through whatever you see here. I've got an AC30, I've got an AC15, I've got a Jet City JCA 2022 or 2012 actually, and it's an underrated amp. It's a phenomenal amp. It's more of a budget series amp. It's kind of like a Marshall. I've got an American Tele, I've got a custom Tele, I've got Ibanez, I've got a Gibson with P90s in it. It's a 60s reissue, I think. And another budget guitar that's just absolutely phenomenal. It's Indie Company is the name of the brand, but it's a Jazzmaster style guitar. So if you want to see it, want me to do a review on anything, I've got a Mitchell 5-string bass. I've got a 78 Fender Bass Bullet Deluxe. If you want to hear reviews, I've got a Harkey LH1000 and a Seismic Audio 4x6, no 4x8 cabinet, which will surprise you. I didn't think it was going to have the low. I didn't think it could carry the kind of lows that would make a bass, especially a 5-string bass player, happy. And it kind of does. It does a good job for such a small, really light, compact cabinet. Somebody that's just wants something really budget friendly around the house that they can stick a little bass head on or whatever, perfect. You get outside your house, it's a different story. If you're trying to play with a live drummer, it'd probably push it. I think the wattage on it might be 150 if it's lucky. So you don't have a whole lot of headroom, but it sounds really good in the bedroom. I mean, you can, if you live in a rural area or a residential area and you're pretty close to your neighbors, you piss them off with it. There's no doubt. So that's where we're at. If you want any more reviews of anything that I've stated, leave a comment, let me know. Thank you very much.